The amazing thing about this module is to have fun and be creative and push the bounds of what you're uncomfortable with.
Focus on the what I want to make it.
Your thoughts and what you imagined actually come into reality.
Cool learning step, yeah.
What made it so interesting was the difficulty in the fact that we were thrown right into it, knowing very little and just having to build on top of that.
We spent most of the projects in the workshop learning with the technicians' help.
I have never worked with the coding part.
Everything was pretty much new to me, from like prototyping, doing all the 3D printing, laser cutting, putting everything together, testing.
So just by being in the studio, you were learning so much.
So we come from very different backgrounds that complemented each other very, very well.
My background is in mechanical engineering.
Law as a UX designer.
Environmental sciences.
Worked in consulting for about 7 years before joining IDE.
Trying to make
squishy substrate and then put something like this grid on top of it.
The Medusa, you're going to have a robotic arm and then potentially have this snake head over here.
It's the kneading machine.
A kneading machine.
They have this rail where they're supposed to go down and up continuously.
Oh, you got it? Nice. You still have the connections kind of pulling down through. I don't know, you might even be able to wrap them and make it look like it's a little bit part of it.
And the input from there is going to be identified by Wakinator, so our software.
I want to play it.
Me too. I can't wait.
Yeah.
So also we're making some obstacles, like in the walls.
We're making an instrument and then we'll assemble the strings.
Use like robotic arms.
Yeah, use robotic arms. That's what we're working on.
What is it?
It's it's a shy onion.
Oh, sorry.
Basically, it's a wearable device for user privacy. When it senses that someone is pointing towards the user with a phone, the onion closes around the user's head.
Musical robot. So the arm in the middle will revolve and it presses the capacitive keys on the outside of the circle. So each key produces a different note.
Breathe along with Spinny and follow the breathwork patterns.
It's a guessing game between two partners,
between 4 closed apertures that will eventually unlock and reveal their faces.
When they have a conversation, the flower is blooming. Conversation is blooming,
It is a knitting machine, so the gestures of the user are translated into different colors.
The mudras gesture are actually from Indian classical dance form that is called Bharatnatyam.
This is inspired by a porcupine. When there's incoming danger, we just lost this kind of sense of space around us.
The dark star basically is a locker, so you can put valuable things inside.
Using nostalgia with a bit of modern day technology.
Nice cup of tea is always nice, plus we've just moved to the great country of tea, so thought that was oddly appropriate.
I think we wanted to do something that has an aspect of utility, more interesting and fun, but still does something useful. Look at the biomechanics of movement in a basketball shot and the muscles that control it, and then the impact of pressure and emotional state on how that coordinated movement happens.
Image recognition, so it pixelates the cards that are shown to it, so it's just constantly playing blackjack.
Sensor that used a substrate of this velostat film, this piezo-resistant film, and then we had this kind of unique weave of conductive thread through it, where together you got these like sensing nodes.
Self-balancing algorithm, or there's another like mechanism that is the robot arm that stands for the human input.
Well, we modified the robotic arm that Becky told us.
Really went through many ideation processes to try and come to one thing.
We did so many different prototypes, so many different iterations of our mechanism, and
prototyping with different materials, but also designs for the mechanism, like where to, for instance, we ended up working with cams.
We were able to kind of support each other and get through those difficult bits quite well.
I feel like I've learned a lot.
A very great group to be in. It was a lovely group.
showing me how to
Great. You had a family now.
sort of you can make new family like us.
Trying to balance that creative ambition with what's technically feasible with our skill set in the time was a challenge.
And then with that, it sort of feeds into your self-confidence as well, because you know there's always someone in a group that probably can help you to achieve better together. So I think that's pretty key.
The amazing thing about this module is to have fun and be creative and push the bounds of what you're uncomfortable with.
That thing is not working right now. Sorry about it.
This is IDE 1 Cyber Physical System module. Hope you guys are enjoying it.